Reading is something that a lot of people talk about, that they wish they could do more, they wish they had done more of, but it's a habit that you can pick up right now if it's something you really want to do. I'm one of those people. For a long time, I kind of just complained about how I wish I could read more, how I wish I could make the time to read. So many excuses. After a while, I just kind of stopped making excuses, stopped complaining, and I picked up a book. I actually began to consume knowledge in the best medium that I think it's the best medium, which is video and also podcasts. And eventually then I started reading. Most of the people that I was listening to, most of the people that I was watching kept mentioning one book or the other. And eventually I put those books on a list and I started reading. They say if you really want to do something, you'll make time for it, not excuses. And trust me, I'm not saying that they're excuses as in they're useless things that you use to fill up your time. Maybe you just don't have a good handle on your time yet. Your time management skills are still building, but you really want to get into the habit of reading as soon as possible. Here are some tips that I would like to share with you that could help you read more over time. Reading helps improve so many aspects of our overall life experience because you are constantly consuming knowledge which you implement at different times in your life, whether or not you're conscious about it. Mark Twain is credited for saying this about the importance of reading. The man who doesn't read good books has no advantage over the man who doesn't read them. Maybe you just want to read for entertainment purpose. That could be like novels, poems, or anything else, just for entertainment purpose. I highly encourage it. Reading is such a good way to expand your mind, to kind of like try on different experiences without it actually being you. You know, that quote that says, "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies, and the one who doesn't read lives just one." But I'll add this. Nothing shifts the human perspective like taking a walk in someone else's shoes. And what's the best way to take a walk in someone else's shoes than to read their thoughts directly? The first tip that I have is to kind of figure out a way to hack yourself into reading. And that could literally look like anything. Identify activities that you do that can be paired with reading or listening to an audiobook. You know, one of those multitasking moments. I understand that you might think that maybe you won't concentrate or you won't really get the gist of the book because you're busy doing something else. But it's a training exercise. The longer you do it and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Don't underestimate your brain. It's capable of incredible things. It's kind of like creating a system for yourself, a system that allows you to be as productive as you want to be. James Clear says, "We do not rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our systems." So create a system for yourself to win, no matter what. You are the architect of your entire life. Number 2, consistency is key. Identify the smallest, and I really do mean the smallest amount of time that you can dedicate to this, or how many pages you could do per day. Let's say, for example, you have 15 minutes every morning that you can potentially dedicate to reading. So when you want to start a habit, you need to just identify ways that you can do it every single day without breaking it until it's completely solid. The next tip is don't be afraid to drop a book if you find it boring or you're not interested anymore. Pick up a new book. The most important thing here is that you are reading. And there's nothing wrong with stopping a book halfway and picking up a new one and coming back to that book later on, or even never coming back to the book at all. Sometimes we probably should have judged that book exactly by its cover, but you didn't. You got into it and now you realize that it's really not living up to the hype. So you move on to the next one. Don't be afraid to do that. There literally is no rule that says that you have to finish every single book that you start. That's completely up to you. Don't limit yourself because of arbitrary rules. The next tip is probably something obvious, but read about topics that you actually enjoy. The more you read, the skill in general encourages you to expand. So if you start with your novels and over time you realize that you would like to try out something new, then do that. There are literally no rules to this. I believe that there's something to be learned in basically almost any book, whether it's fiction or non-fiction. A lot of novels have lessons that they share. They also help you to improve your vocabulary, help you improve how you express yourself. My next tip is to just start. One of the excuses that we might have when we want to read more is that books are not cheap. And that's true. Books are not cheap. But there are also many other different ways that you can access books that might not cost you an arm and a leg. There are several websites that you could go online and download PDF versions of books. There are lots of audiobooks on YouTube, for example. Libraries are available. Libraries are still a thing. I know it's 2021 and you're thinking to yourself, libraries? Yes, libraries. Libraries still exist. So get yourself into a library and start reading. There are many resources available to you. You just have to tap into it. I just want to mention that for me personally, I don't really see much of a difference between reading a physical book and listening to an audiobook. I know some people might have prejudice against audiobooks, like it's not a real book. Yes it is. Mentioning audiobooks, there are two apps that are pretty famous. I've used both Audible and Scribd. Currently, I'm using Scribd because they have way more options for a cheaper price. You have access to PDF versions of books, you have articles, you have audiobooks, and so much more. Audible is quite famous and you can use it. I will leave a link to Scribd in the description box down below. Check it out. They didn't sponsor this video, but if they are willing to sponsor me in the future, Scribd, call me. I am your girl. Call me. So guys, my announcement is I am doing my first giveaway. Yay! Yay! My first giveaway. I would like to celebrate this new month that we are in, which is the Independence Month. 21st of March is Namibia's Independence Day, and I will be doing a giveaway of 500 Namibian dollars. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, watch 3 out of the last 8 videos, and share this video to your friends and family. That's all you have to do to stand a chance to win. I will be checking the comments from the 1st until the 21st of March, and everybody whose comments I see on these days will be entered into the draw to win 500 Namibian dollars. Obviously, this competition is limited to people living inside the borders of Namibia, so that it's easier for me to send you your money. Hey! If you're new to this channel, we talk about personal development, marketing, and filmmaking. I'm rooting for your success. Consider subscribing to the channel, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share it to somebody who might need it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!